that they never could.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
It's all about Russia 2018 action attraction. You talk about goals. Yes, 51 goals have been scored. Talk about the number of goals. Yes, a lot more goals. We're expecting to see what actually will transpire as we move forward. 23 matches have been played, and we're saying we're counting down. We wait and see who will become the 2018 FIFA World Cup champion. It always promises to be an enticing battle, beautiful battle, but the foot soldiers need to make a huge statement. Which statement will it be? Different teams out there are just trying to be as impressive as they can. A new phase, not that new phase, joins me in studio. Ibrahim, you've been missing in action, but
I've been around, but it's, you know, in Nairobi, it's so big, and sometimes you have to disappear a little bit.
Just tell me one brilliant moment that you've been able to encounter during this World Cup.
The one brilliant moment, I would say, Ante Rebic's goal last night. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. He played like he was in a PlayStation.
You talk about PlayStation. Yes, there are some guys here, and they've already started to play different matches today. For now, they're playing actually Brazil against Costa Rica. Yeah, Brazil against Costa Rica. We wait and see actually how that will be going. We will be talking with them a little bit, and they will be telling us actually what is happening and what are they expecting in today's fixtures. Let me tell you that if you're watching us, wherever you're watching us from, we always ask something and you get to walk away with a prize. And today I have a very simple question, very simple question. Remember, the person who will get that question right will be getting a jersey. The person who will be second to get the question right will be getting a ball courtesy of GoTV, and the person who will be third, fourth, and fifth, same time, you will be getting different merchandises courtesy of GoTV. The question is very simple, but remember, for today we are very strict. We are asking you to tweet and use the hashtag, and remember the hashtag is KTN Russia 2018. Start typing that hashtag because it might be very important for you as you answer this question. Who is Brazil World Cup top goal scorer? It's very simple. Who's Brazil World Cup top goal scorer, and with how many goals? Who's Brazil World Cup top goal scorer and with how many goals? Remember, at Moses Wahisi, hashtag very important, KTN Russia 2018, sorry, and we will be sampling some of your tweets, some of your comments. We wait and see. I know people are talking about winners, and they're saying, if you get a prize, how do you get that prize? Yes, we're taking those prizes in whatever corner you are in this nation, and what you're going to see now is the different winners and them receiving their prizes, and they're saying they received their prizes, and they're still tweeting and very confident and optimistic that they will once more become winners of today's question. Listen in.
My name is Machoka Sam from Eldoret. I participated in KTN Russia 2018, a show hosted by Robinson Okenye. On KTN, I won a Columbia Jazz and GoTV merchandise. Thank you, KTN and GoTV. Viva!
Hi, KTN. Hi, Innocent. Thank you very much for the prize. I got it in Kakamega. See there, it's set. And I'm so happy. I'll now be catching the World Cup live. In fact, I'm set. As you can see now, I'm just to watch Australia versus Denmark. Thank you very much. Thank you again to Go TV family and DSTV. We are so proud of you guys. Thank you.
Yes, Kakamega, Mombasa, and all the corners, you're getting your prizes. And today, the question again, very, very simple. Who is Brazil all-time World Cup top goal scorer, and with how many goals? A very, very simple question. So we'll be sampling some of your views. We'll be sampling some of your answers. And the winners that I just said earlier will be getting those prizes. We're talking about match day 8 yesterday. It was a beautiful encounter. The number of goals, only 6 goals went behind those nets. And it was an epic encounter because the players stood out, but one person is crying because he's saying he wanted to win the affair yesterday. That is Lionel Messi, the GOAT, if you may like. But we have a different GOAT altogether because people are saying also Cristiano Ronaldo is the bigger GOAT of them all. But what transpired in yesterday's action, these are some of the beautiful moments that we're able to encounter in yesterday's match day 8, Russia 2018 FIFA World Cup. Take a look.
Jurgensen to Eriksen! And it's the star man who delivers yet again. Mbappe! The youngest ever goal scorer at a World Cup for France. Oh, it's so close. And that's it. Peru are out. That's a gift for Rebic! Sensational goal! Job done in style for Croatia.
Yes, a lot has been happening in World Cup, and a lot actually transpired in yesterday's tie. Tell me, beautiful goal you're talking about. Did Messi actually deserve to lose the tie yesterday?
Yes, Moses. Messi and the whole Argentinian team,
they deserve to lose.
They did not play anything. They were disjointed in the final third. The midfield disappeared. This is why you wonder what is wrong with the Argentinian coach when he has a player like Mauro Icardi on the bench and the likes of Eva Banega. And you look at the team itself and you wonder what really went wrong for Argentina. And you look at Croatia. Croatia were amazing. They were perfectly executed their plan, and you could see the way they dominated Argentina.
Yes, they dominated that player, and it was a beautiful encounter. It was an epic showpiece. But you talk about Lionel Messi, he was not able to get that much-needed victory because Croatia came packing and also came with an attacking mind because they wanted those goals. They were able to score 3, and this is how beautiful they played, and this is how they were able to win it.
Is Messi's time, then tonight will have to be a major turning point. Win tonight for Croatia, and they are in the last 16. Looking for Acuna. Well, they didn't get it right, and he may yet get in. Problems. Oh! And they look a gift horse in the mouth. Perez can't take the chance, but chaos reigned at the back for Croatia there. Oh, and Mandzukic in behind. And it's Croatia's turn to pass up an almighty chance. Mercado steps across at the other end. Oh, that's a gift for Rebic, who finishes it absolutely magnificently. They fell apart at the back, but they were punished in stunning fashion. And now Argentina are staring at major, major problems. This is Perez, Messi making a move inside. Higuain. Oh, and Messi! Oh, and Croatia escape. Rakitic at the last. Modric. Now he'll unleash one! Sensational goal from Luka Modric. And surely now Croatia's golden generation are on their way to the last 16. Rakitic. Kovacic outside him. Rakitic goes on. Kovacic, Rakitic, they're going to walk it in. Job done in style for Croatia. Argentina bedraggled, ragged, desperate, and with real work to do. Croatia's dream is well and truly on. Argentina 0, Croatia 3.
When you play a nightmarish kind of football, yes, you will be punished, and that is what in black and white Croatia was able to do, because they scored 3 against Argentina. Aside, they came into this game saying that they wanted those maximum points after a dismal performance in their opening game. The punishment was well served, and they deserved it, you say?
They did. I mean, if you look at their records, all over even the qualifying, they really scraped through the South American qualifiers. And you have to go back to 1958. The last time Argentina lost heavily, they lost 6-1 to Czechoslovakia. And you have to go back 44 years to see Argentina. That is the time that they did not win their first 2 matches. So it is really a terrible performance from the 2 games in it. And I hear a lot of people saying that Messi is the sole player in that team. No, they have very good players, but this generation just chooses not to appear in major tournaments. For their clubs, they play very well. But when it comes to country, it's like you have players playing against each other, not for each other.
Let's talk about Modric and how instrumental he was. He was able to score a goal we'll be seeing in some moments from now. What's your take, Modric and the 3rd goal? A beautiful goal it was, and it was a worked effort from this side.
I mean, Moses, you have to look at the Croatian coach, the way he has moved Modric in this World Cup, is that he now has him playing on an advanced number 10 role. And you look at, there was always a problem of how is Croatia going to have Rakitic and Modric in the same team. So the coach has really solved this problem by having Modric moved to a number 10 role, but an advanced 10 role. And that's where you see the way he twisted and turned to score a very beautiful goal.
That's a beautiful goal, you'll agree?
It is a beautiful goal. It is a beautiful goal. And it shows you that how Luka Modric is technically gifted. He has been bossing the midfield at Real Madrid and in La Liga, and even in the Champions League. And that is the kind of form then he brings to the World Cup, and you could see by the way that goal was executed, very beautiful execution.
Do you think Willy Caballero would have done better to keep that out?
I mean, I think he was still shamed by the first goal that he gave away, and also let's not take away from what Luka Modric did. I mean, that was a fantastic goal that even the best goalkeeper would have a problem stopping.
Yeah, you talk about the best goalkeepers, but we also had another play by the Croatian side, and this time it was Ivan Rakitic. Ivan Rakitic is a player that has done wonders for the club level, but he's also proving to be a person, a force to reckon with when you go to the national team. And for him, credit, he scored also a goal.
Exactly, and that is why I was saying there was a problem with integrating both Luka Modric and Ivan Rakitic in the same team, because more like they played the same way. But now with Modric moved into an advanced 10 role, then you have Rakitic coming into the play, and you could see the way they executed that 3rd goal at the last seconds of the game. And it shows you that this is a team that has gelled together, this is a team that has worked together, and this is a team that executed their manager's perfect style of play.
I know when you talk about defensive laps, what do you say about that kind of defensive? Because Caballero had that shot, but the players, they were literally walking. They never had that fighting spirit. It's like it was all over for them. I
mean, that's why I was saying, Moses, it's like Argentina is not a team. It's a group of individuals who want to, let's say, shine in their own different ways. But for you to come into a World Cup and to actually win the World Cup itself, you have to be a cohesive team that is playing for each other. This is a performance that was more like everybody wanted to do their own, and it's like Messi was the center of attention. And you know, at the end of the day, when you have Messi more likes to play with somebody like Eva Banega, who like feeds him the ball the way he wants it, but you could see during the game he went back to try and get the game. That shows you the way Croatia, you know, suffocated the Argentinian midfield.
The first goal was from Rebic, and it was a goalkeeping defensive error, something that you don't expect to see in the World Cup. The players, actually, the way they were lined up, Caballero would have chosen to take that ball on the other side, but he decided to chip it, but not good at it.
I mean, he was trying to be cheeky, but it ended up costing Argentina. And you know, that is the kind of mistakes you don't expect in a World Cup final from a goalkeeper of Caballero's stature. But then again, you ask yourself, why did the coach leave Sergio Romero at the bench? He's a very good goalkeeper.
Actually, Sergio Romero injured out of the tournament. So for him, they had to play with this kind of goalkeeper.
Yes,
maybe not the best of the goalkeepers, one will add.
I mean, I'm pretty sure out of the Argentinian national population of 40 million, they couldn't lack to find a goalkeeper better than what they had right now. And it's a shame that his mistake, set the way for Croatia to go on and win this match.
They miss Sergio Romero big, one will add, because of that injury that he got in the training and never traveled to the World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah. And you see, that is the point of you have a fantastic goalkeeper, but then again, it's not an excuse for a nation like with the football pedigree of Argentina not to have a backup to the main goalkeeper.
A proper backup, you will say.
A proper backup.
Let me engage these two gentlemen. I see they're tied Brazil against Croatia 2-all. Let me ask you, what's your take? Lionel Messi was supposed to score yesterday. A lot of people expected him to score, but he never was that Lionel Messi we see playing at Barcelona.
You know, at club level, he's surrounded by let me say, world-class players, the likes of Luis Suarez, the likes of Coutinho. So I think that kind of support with the quality of players he did get at Argentina, considering they lost. And like I said the first day, football is a sport where you expect the unexpected. So I think they just lost.
Argentina are in this World Cup, and not the Argentinian side we will expect them, because they are one of the sides that were pitted to go and win it. Maybe for the last time because of Lionel Messi, something that is not happening.
Yeah, for me, I think Messi is under pressure, considering his main competitor and rival in La Liga, Cristiano Ronaldo, is at 4 goals now in 2 games. Yeah, so I think even his coach, Sampaoli, was saying his system is not. The players did not play well according to the system. They did not adapt to his project. I think that was the problem with Messi too, because like he's saying, he's not surrounded with those players he used to have at club level.
I see you're tied 2-all apiece. I think now you play for golden goal. Whoever scores the next goal is the guy who will be staying here. Golden goal will be as you proceed, and then we'll see. We'll have a different team altogether here. Let's just take a look at what transpired in a different tie. Sorry, I'm talking about Peru against France. I don't know why I'm thinking Portugal. Maybe because they're mentioning one person who's saying that he's the real GOAT when you talk about being the best of all in matters to do with football. But in a different affair altogether, French side, they never dominated the play as people would have expected them to be, but arguably it was all about world number 7 against world number 11. Peru, a beautiful side because they know how to play a beautiful kind of football, but it was all about luck because France scored and they're able to hold on. This is what transpired. Peru against France.
Only the second occasion ever that France and Peru have met. The man on the ball, Pogba, nearly found the corner. 25 metres or more here, Paul Pogba. And the header flashes wide from Rafa Varane, but not by very much. France beginning to ask some searching questions now, Peru. Here's Griezmann, though, blocked. Unorthodox save by Galese with his knees. Here's Cueva. Oh, lovely touch from Guerrero. Big save from Lloris. Pogba. Clever little ball. Mbappe, he's onside. And Galese happy to just pounce on that. Didn't really get much of a touch at all. Pogba steals the ball off Guerrero. Here's Giroud. A deflection, and Mbappe gives France the lead. The youngest ever goal scorer at a World Cup for France. 19-year-old Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe, the goal scorer. Conte. This is great from France. Has it got an end product? Gillespie denies the first attempt and the second scrambled wide. What a delightful French attack, nearly doubling their lead. Peruvian shirts forward here. Back with Jefferson Farfan. Sets up the shot. Great effort. Oh, it's so close. And that's it. France are through to the last 16 and Peru are out.
Yes, a lot is happening, and you talk about Peru and how beautiful a game they were able to play. Sadly for them, they never converted those chances. It can be troublesome if you're not able to score.
Yes, Moses, if you look at Peru's second game where they played a very good technical game, but still they lacked the cutting edge. The Australian game, the French game, second match, they never really threatened France, you know. And if you look at the French team, the moment they started Olivier Giroud, they had a focal point where they could direct the attack. And this really freed up Kylian Mbappe to score the only goal.
Let's talk about the only goal there. Yes, it was a beautiful play, a beautiful encounter there, but not that easy for these sides, but it was able to go the French way. Let's talk about Australia against Denmark. Also two sides that also went to this party saying that they want to make a huge statement. Never that easy because Australia had to dig deep, get that penalty, and able to get that much needed point. Only a point apiece because the game ended 1-1. Take a look what transpired. Australia against Denmark.
Perfect conditions here in Samara and in the town where they make space rocket engines. Denmark looking for liftoff from Group C, and Australia in danger of being left on the launch pad. And here's Jørgensen to Eriksson! And Denmark take the lead. And it's the star man who delivers yet again. Jørgensen does well, and the finish is fantastic from the Tottenham Hotspur player. That's great technique. And then Lasse Schöne, nice layoff from Jørgensen, who does a lot of intelligent things. And that ball is played in there. And I tell you what, Denmark could have had another 4 corners for Australia and no goals. That's what they need. Leckie with another header blocked on the way through. Now they're claiming there might have been a hand involved. There is a check, and there's a possible handball. Well, it's very, very close, isn't it? What's he going to give? Penalty is what he's going to give. Can they draw level? Jedinak looked absolutely certain before he took it. Rogic with the left foot, bending. Schmeichel very relieved to collapse onto that one. Ooh, now then, Sainsbury's challenge there, which looked on the marginal side. Sister, oh, that was close. There's one little curiosity about Denmark in their entire World Cup history. They've never scored yet a goal from outside the box. They nearly did here, but that's it. It's a draw. Enjoyable game. Denmark 1, Australia 1.
Yeah, you talk about playing that soccer ball. Not always that easy, but teams need to make those huge statements. Not an easy one, but lucky France were able to get that. Denmark, were able to get that point. And also Australia dig deep again. All about VAR.
Yeah, VAR is rescuing Australia for the second game. But you also have to look at, they really dug deep, and this was an evenly balanced match, which also puts the two teams still in contention to qualify for the last 16. But I would say Denmark gave it more. Australia, you know, they were very defensive setup, and they should thank the technology.
Yeah, they should thank the technology because it proved to be the decisive factor, and for them, they were able to get that much-needed victory. Abul Ahmed, I know you were in the kitchen. You love food, yes, at the same time you love soccer. I don't know if you are eating this time round or you're engaging people about the World Cup, Abula.
I did, Moses. We are at the cafeteria here at Standard, and I'm joined by some of the cooks here preparing. We are going to have an early lunch today as we wait for Nigeria in their second group match of this year's World Cup. But let me interact with some of them to tell us more about their expectations before the World Cup and into the World Cup. What have they seen so far? And I'm now joined by one Benjamin, who is, come closer. Benjamin, tell us more about his expectations and about which team does he support in this year's World Cup. Benjamin, welcome to KTN World Cup preview. Tell us about the teams that you support in this year's World Cup.
I'm supporting England and Senegal.
England and Senegal. Yeah. Let's talk about yesterday's matches. We knew Argentina, who lost 3-0 they were thrashed 3-0 by Croatia. Did you expect the match to turn out the way it went?
No, it was a surprise to me. Yeah, I was expecting Argentina to win the game, but unfortunately, they lost the game. That's how football is.
Tell us about the performance of African teams. We know Senegal is the only team from Africa that has collected 3 crucial points. Morocco and Egypt have already bowed out of the tournament. What about the other teams? Let's talk about Nigeria today.
Nigeria, they've got a chance to proceed. It depends on how they play their game. And I like the way they play. Yeah. So it's just for the group stages, and they can make it. They have still got a chance to do it.
Against Iceland, who gave Argentina a run for their money in the opening match, what should you expect?
I win for Argentina, because according to Iceland, the way they're playing, I don't see them going through that.
Apart from Benjamin, we also have some ladies. Where have they gone? Susan, we have Susan here, who also has a team she supports in this year's World Cup, especially the African teams. Susan, team gani unashabikia World Cup?
Senegal.
Kwa nini Senegal?
It's an African team, and I love the players.
Apart from Senegal, I think the first reason is because it's from Africa. About European teams or teams from South America, which other team do you support? England. Yesterday we had a crucial match in, was it Group D? Argentina lost against Croatia. You supported Argentina in that match. Were you disappointed that Messi never showed up?
Yes, I was very disappointed. And as a fan, I felt so low and discouraged.
Thank you very much, Susan. We also have others who don't want to give us their views about the World Cup, Moses Wahisi. But as I told you earlier, we are preparing for an early lunch here, and I hope that you'll join us in a few.
Yes, Abul Ahmed, and I'll be joining you in a few, and I know maybe I will be a disappointed person because when it comes to eating, you always compete and finish that race first. So wait and see, at least engaging with some of the people there telling us their views about the World Cup. I know this game actually, who's the winner? Oh, yeah, Costa Rica actually have been able to bag it. So we'll be remaining with you. You will be telling us a little bit. I know at this point, a lot is happening, a lot of excitement about this World Cup. But we will take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be engaging and talking about how the standing is at this particular moment. At the same time, what do we have on the menu for today? What should we expect? Who are the stars? Talk about Brazil. They want to go out there and maybe have that party. At the same time, these two gentlemen, they have tried to see if it will go the Brazilian way or it will go the Costa Rica side. It seems like 2-2 at full sum, but it went to penalty. So these guys are predicting a draw. We will wait and see what actually will be able to transpire, but that and much more after this short commercial break.